Okay, welcome to the Caribou Data Science channel. This is going to be the first of not one, not two, but 3 videos dealing with how to use SSIS, Visual Studio, and data tools to import 3 different types of data into a SQL Server database. The first one is going to be a simple CSV export. The next one is going to be a little more complicated, a little more data Excel spreadsheet, and the third one is going to be how to import data from a progress database. Okay, let's take a look at something here first, because there's something you have to be sure to do here. Okay, and it tripped me up for a little while. So you have to open up your Visual Studio installer. And of course, as always, I'm running this on a Windows 11 machine on an Oracle virtual machine. Come up here, it says installed. Click on modify. But as always, the simplest approach is almost always the best approach. You don't try to do more than you need to do. Okay, the only thing that matters is what? Results. The only thing that matters is you get the results that the client wants. You don't care how you get from A to Z as long as you get to Z, all right? Oh, before we get started here, there's one more thing I want to say. I'd appreciate it if you would give me one of these, okay? Just click on the bottom of the screen, just click on that like button for me, okay? And of course, subscribers are always welcome also. This is kind of interesting. This thing disappeared. So let's take a look at it again. This actually tripped me up until I actually watched a couple videos on it. Because I have a friend of mine that keeps talking about data tools. Well, data tools, as you'll see here, is part of another package. Come and you scroll down over here. Okay, keep scrolling down. And this is what you're looking for here. Okay. And you come over here, you can see it says SQL Server Data Tools. Okay, you can scoot this a little. Okay, SQL Server Data Tools. All right. Once you select it, you come over here and it'll say something like apply or continue, and you just click on that. Okay, that's all, and that's the magic key there. Okay, so that's the thing that makes it all possible. So Let's open up our thing over here. Get rid of these things over here. Remove. Remove. Create a new project. Integrated service. Now let's find our data. Again, we're doing very simple, work with very simple data sets here today. There's that data right there. All right. Now let's go over here. We have to make sure that we got the. And what you have to do on all three cases, you have to create an empty file, an empty table with the correct column definitions on it. Okay. Once you see how simple it is to import these three different types of data, you'd be like, man, I wish I knew that. Do not recover. Do this. And we've already created the table. I'll show you here anyway. Database, data warehouse, tables, CSV import, now, so if we wanted to come over here, we wanted to use this same table structure in another database. Go over here and can just right click on the name and say create new query window. And you would just copy this. You could just copy this as it is. You can come up here and change the name of the database you want to use. You can just come up here and change the database you want to use. Okay. Then come down here and just run this command right there. Then you have the structure for the data. But what we'll do up here first of all is we want to come up here. We want to truncate. while we're here, let's go over here. Let us truncate this data also, okay? We'll say truncate. But again, it's the same thing. And dim and truncate. That way you can see there's nothing up my sleeve, right? Okay. Then come back over here. Cancel this, close this. Alright. Go to data flow. Now the one thing that is different between CSV or any text file import and either the Excel or the database is that you have to define, you have to make sure the columns are defined correctly within for the CSV file. So now we come over here to data flow. And you always have two things here. You have a source, which is the input data, then you have the place you want to send it to, okay? You always have to also make sure you got the right, you'll see the right definition, okay? All right, so go new, file manager. File name. CSV data. All right, columns. You can see we got one column there. Now I'm going to say suggest. Right now it says it's a string. I'm going to say suggest types. And now it gives me a okay. We go over here and we say right. Other destinations. Over here, edit. We have to come up here and do this. Delete that. New. Here's the key point here also. You have to say OLEDB driver for SQL Server. Okay, SQL Server, all right? Then it brings you back over here, and you can just say localhost. Catalog. Now here's the key. Here's the thing. Now we're looking for the table to import. Okay. Mappings. Okay. Now let's run this. You come up here. This is called, if you look at the SSIS, this would be called deploying the package. Okay. Now again, you might ask, well, where's data tools? Well, data tools is on the back end, is what manages the projects on the back end. Okay, so but the data tools, yeah, you can do things like aggregate functions. You could like split columns by position. You can combine different data sources, but probably the biggest thing you want to use it for is importing data from different sources. Okay, that's really what SSIS is all about. And the 2 green arrows means it should have worked just fine. From import. And that is the end of part 1. Part 2 will be importing Excel files. Okay. Before I let you go, of course, I do have one big favor to ask, and that's give me one of these. Okay. Give me a thumbs up and also give me a subscribe. Also. Okay.